Piling solido. Ito ang INC Radio.
Palaging konektado sa lahat ng mga tao. This is INC Radio. Anywhere in the world, oh. We are always together, connected to everyone. Life will be better.
This is INC Radio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all of our viewers and listeners tuning in with us here on INC Radio Texas Satellite Studio. It is currently 9 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time here in, where are we in Texas right now?
I think we're in Katy.
We're in Katy, Houston.
Katy, Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
And that's the proper way to say it?
I don't know. It's just Katy, Texas.
Okay, because I thought we were in Houston. But hello to our viewers and listeners for tuning in with us. And of course, here we have some of our lovely co-hosts and panelists. If y'all can introduce yourselves, starting from this side.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Magandang umaga, magandang tanghali, at magandang gabi to all our viewers and listeners around the world. And I think you know my face already, but if you just tuned in, I'm Sister Mayfan Zaragoza, representing the local of Sugarland and, of course, District of Texas. And, of course, we have another one right here from Sugarland.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sister Savannah. I'm also from the locale of Sugar, and I'm so excited to be a part of the broadcast today. And welcome to all our viewers and listeners today.
Okay, and thank you so much for introducing yourselves. Let's go ahead and take a trip over further south. I think they're further south.
Yes.
Well, we'll start with the ones that are
geography.
closest with us. We'll go ahead and go over there in San Antonio, Texas. Sister Rose, how are you today?
Good. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Rose Malari, and I'm here tuning in from San Antonio. And I'm also from the local congregation of San Antonio, District of Texas.
I feel like most of us here have had some sort of history with San Antonio, right, Sister Savannah?
That's where I was originally from.
And that's where I went to school. And you've been there for quite some time.
I did.
For a little bit, yeah.
Short trips.
Yeah,
Here and
visiting our activities in the Christian Family Organization.
That's true.
And we also have another panelist who has also had some history over there in San Antonio, Texas. But we're actually going to go further south to Corpus Christi. Sister Kat, how are you today?
Hello, everybody. I'm Sister Kathleen Gregorio from the local congregation of Corpus Christi. Although I have been living in Corpus Christi for the past 9 years now, I actually went to school and grew up in San Antonio. So I have my root there in they call it the cradle of Texas history, San Antonio. So hello, everybody.
See, like I said, yes, it's usually someone usually has some history with one of the major cities in Texas, whether it be Dallas, Austin, Houston.
San Antonio. I think it's time for me to make history in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Oh, we're having thumbs up. Okay, looks like I'm moving to San Antonio. I was just joking.
Okay, all right, yes, and of course, when it comes to moving, of course, when you move to places, that's where you get to meet new people, right?
Yes.
And that's actually our topic for today, because of course, when it comes to meeting people, it can be daunting. It can be a scary thing to do, right? Yeah, but of course there are many ways to do it, and there are a lot of fun ways to do it, depending on your interests, what you're into, your comfort level. If you want to step outside your comfort level, which is of course also can be a fun
Very
thing
hard.
to do, and
Very hard.
and that's what we're going to talk about today, because we're going to cover some strategies how we can meet new people, where we be in school, at work, or maybe moving into a new city. I think that's something that y'all have experience in, right?
Yes,
moving in
very
much.
everywhere.
Moving.
Yes, moving.
We love moving.
Of course, we can never have our show, of course, without our question of the day, which is, what are some of your tips on meeting new people? So go ahead and answer our question.
Look at them up and down.
Yes, go ahead and answer our
No,
question
joking.
of the night in our live YouTube channel. We'll go ahead and read them at some point during our show. And oh wow, we have quite a bit of people in our live YouTube chat already. Looks like we have David Dominic, the resident minister from San Antonio, Texas, who's greeting us good evening. Hello, brother David. We have Elaine Kabambang tuning in from Tomball, Texas. How far is Tomball from here?
Tomball, about another hour.
An hour. Okay, all right.
We love driving.
It's like an hour away from Houston. It's still Houston.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
I've
And
been
we also
driving for 2 hours and I'm still in Houston.
yes,
Yep.
and we have our very own district CFO overseer, Brother Matt Talons, who says hello to our district minister, Brother Noel Caritativo, and families tuning in from Corpus Christi. And we also have Jenny Lynn Monar, who's tuning in from Austin, Texas. We also have Daryl Sim, who's sending his greetings. Hello, po. And we also have Army Martin, who's also sending her greetings. Good evening.
Good morning.
Evening.
Okay.
Good morning, Summer.
Good
Morning in the
morning.
Philippines. And we also have Brother Romel Aquino, the resident minister of Killeen, Texas, who's also tuning in with us. And we also have Brother Kevin Marin, the ministerial worker over there in Spring, Texas. Okay, so thank you so much to all of our viewers and listeners who have sent in our comments so far. And please don't forget to answer our question of the night. I still have to get used to saying that.
The night.
The
Yes.
night.
Question
No
of the
longer
night.
day.
What are some of your
We're
tips
night
on meeting
creatures.
new people? So first let's discover some of our personalities. So to our panelists that are here right now, would you say you're an introvert or an extrovert?
I would say I'm an extrovert, but there's also a term called the ambivert, where like you are an extrovert in a given circumstance, but you're mainly an introvert.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're an extrovert, but when the time calls it, you're an introvert.
Yes, I'm like the opposite of an ambivert, basically.
Okay, all right. What about you, Sister Mayfen?
Straight up introvert. Straight up introvert.
I find that hard to believe.
Me
Because
too.
you've seen her interact on INC Radio, right?
IC radio activity. CF
But have you talked to
activity.
me like outside of Ice Radio? I'll just be like,
We're definitely
Okay, now
giving
let's go.
extrovert energy though. So
Right, I agree, sister.
What about you, Sister Rose? Would you say you're an introvert or an extrovert?
so growing up, I was an introvert, but I have to admit it, I converted to becoming an extrovert.
we love that.
Character
I know-
development.
I don't know how it happened, but someday I just realized I gotta stop. I'm an introvert because I'm an extrovert now. So
Yes.
Mhm. Yes, we love seeing the character development. So when it comes to so you said you feel like you're an extrovert now. So would it be easier for you to strike up a conversation with someone you've never met before, or do you need like a little boost or a little bump from a friend or acquaintance?
nowadays, I find it actually easier. I've become pretty good at small talk. So it's pretty
Okay.
basic, but that's how I usually get my conversation starting. I'm Texas, for example. We have a crazy weather. Talking about the weather is always the conversation starter.
I need to practice
yes.
conversations.
Right now, it's currently in the 60s here in Houston, which is 16 in Celsius. So that's pretty low for Houston right now.
Oh wow, you know the math. That's good.
Yes.
This is winter. We have become,
Yes.
yep, it's winter era now.
Right.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
weather.
Everybody loves it. We're
Our
ready. We're ready.
jackets are on,
Check
you
the
know,
merch.
We're getting cozy. And how about you, Sister Kat? Are you an introvert or extrovert?
Well, when I was a young teenager, I was painfully introverted. However, I wanted to develop the skill of extroverted speaking. So I actually read a lot of self-help books as a teenager. And I found that I actually enjoyed engaging people in conversation and hearing their stories. And I would say now I'm a bit of a mix of both. I like what Sister Savannah said, ambivert. So I am extroverted in times that it calls for, like especially when I have to do a news interview, or but most of the time I like to keep myself to my own company. I enjoy my own company. So in that case, I'm a little bit more introverted. So I guess it's just, I'm more ambiverted, I guess. So, but yeah, actually, Sister Rose said a really good thing. Like weather is definitely a great topic to always bring up whenever you're trying to have an icebreaker. And I wanted to add to that. One of the books that I read growing up is called How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's a classic book for people who are always interested in wanting to know how they can talk to new people more easily. So it's by Dale Carnegie. And there's a quote, one of my favorite quotes from him is, "Actions speak louder than words. A smile says, I like you and I'm glad to see you." So sometimes even just a smile and a hello is the easiest way to break the ice when meeting a new person. How
Sister
about you?
Kat, Sister Kat, you seem like a very outgoing person. Because on your social media, I always see that you're always going somewhere.
Yes, that's true. Like
going
it's always an
everywhere,
update. Like
meeting new people.
yesterday she was in Houston, today she's somewhere else. I'm like, huh? How did that happen?
And then, and then even when we're at our activities inside the Iglesia Ni Cristo, you always bring us someone new. Like you're like,
Yes.
yeah, you're always like,
How
hey,
does that
you
happen?
introduced us with like, hi, this is my friend from so and so, and yeah, this is my friend who I met through here. And I'm like, did you travel around the world?
Now that you said it, I noticed that too. Like, there's always somebody different. Like,
So when you attend all of these events, Sister Kat, do you feel anxious when you meet these new people, or do you get excited?
Well, I feel like each person is a different story to uncover. So when sometimes, of course, we all feel nervous when we're meeting new people, but I found that if I feel less nervous when I look at a person and think to myself, there surely has to be something interesting about this person. And so I break the ice with a smile and a hello, and I introduce myself, like where I'm coming from, just to kind of give them that response to where they can share also. And then when I find out about them, it's I take interest in what they have to say, and suddenly we'll discover we have a lot of common interests. And then at that point, if I feel comfortable enough, sometimes I'll even invite them to church. Like, oh, by the way, since you actually live down the street from where we're going to be having a special church activity and socializing and fellowship, would you be interested in coming with me? I'm gonna be going there on Friday, 7:30 p.m. And perhaps if you're interested, I can come pick you up if you'd like to go together and meet some more friends and eat some delicious food and have a new experience. So often that will happen with people I meet at the laundromat, people I meet off of Facebook, or even people I just met for the first time. Or maybe like, a friend meeting me from a long distance that will visit my town, and I'll say, hey, why don't we go check out this activity? So that's kind of my strategy when it comes to meeting new people and sharing faith as well. How about you?
There's this question when I actually have for you. So you said you're inviting all of your friends to these wonderful things. Do you also bring up the weather also?
Um, well, actually, if there's nothing else I can think of to talk about, then maybe the weather.
It's
If
the
it's
weather.
definitely like something like if it's getting colder, it's definitely an easy icebreaker, no pun intended. But sometimes I'll bring up something else, like if they're wearing a beautiful hat, like I would say like, by the way, I love your hat. That is an interesting pop of color to add to your outfit. Or something that something noticeable, like, man, you have a really great classic car. Like, was it really expensive to get that,
Car.
to purchase that? So
cars.
sometimes you as an observer of people, see if there's something that you can compliment them on, because when the moment that you make somebody feel good, it'll help open the floodgates of conversation.
Speaking of ice breaking, since you already said that, Ate, we do have a game. It's called Never Have I Ever.
Ooh, I love that game. I love that game. So how do we play this?
Okay, so this game is the game that I suggested, and I don't know, but here we go. Here's the instruction. Everyone will hold up 10 fingers, okay? And the host will say a certain action. And then if it's something that you have done, you put your finger down. Fold it down. I mean, put it down, you can put it down, but you can fold it in. If you haven't, just leave it up. All right, we good? We good? To all our viewers out there, if you want, you can join. So we'll see. If you're an introvert, well, you won't see, but we'll find out. Okay, first one. Do I hold my finger up too, or I'm just okay? You know what? Let's do this.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead. You're with
multitask.
us too.
Yep.
Never have I ever been too nervous to start a conversation with a stranger. Yes.
No,
Yes.
I've never been too nervous.
Yes.
Also, you have been too nervous.
That
I've
was
always been
Oh,
nervous.
so
What's
that
your
means you leave the
name?
finger up.
Oh, okay. See, I don't even know. Okay. Okay, another one. Attended a social event alone.
I have. There was this culture event about 2 maybe 3 weeks ago. Maybe it was further than that.
You
And then-
are busy.
Yes, very
And then-
involved.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love being involved. And then I saw it on social media, so I'm like, I might check that out. I'm gonna check that out. And then here I am. I'm going to this event. I'm not meeting anyone there. I'm not. I don't have any goals there. I'm just checking it out.
You're just showing up.
And then I show up to this place, and I'm like, oh wow, I don't know anybody here. Of course, since I'm there, I decided to just, of course, maximize my time there. I check out all the booths and stuff, and then just coincidentally, I actually ran into a friend of mine from college.
Oh,
Small world.
small world.
It is a small
right.
world.
And Sister Rose, I see you have another finger down as well. Could you expand more on your event that you went alone as well?
Yes, so I used to be very involved in a lot of I would go to a lot of not really lectures, but they're like open-ended type of lectures for school. So I would do that a lot. Nowadays, not really. I haven't been doing that as much, but it's more of
Adulting.
like work events, I guess you could say that. But yeah, it's one of those where like I just got to put myself out there, even though I feel nervous. But yeah.
We love that energy. We love that. I need that energy.
Put yourself out there.
Okay, the next one. You joined an organization or group to meet new people.
So Sister Vanna, put that finger. There you go.
Yeah.
She what? She's like president of how many
That was a
how many
call out.
things?
If you just see my stories on social media, it's just full of club
She-
after club after club.
Organizations,
Yes.
groups, those kind of
Yeah.
things.
And
Oh,
what
she
made you
is.
want to join those groups other than meeting new people?
Oh, obviously the mission of those clubs. For example, the American Red Cross. I love to give back. Serve the people, especially because they hold blood drives. And then, yeah, that's probably one of the biggest ones that I enjoy to be in.
And colleges love seeing you get involved in stuff, right?
Yes.
Preparing for
holistically
college.
reviewing my app right now.
Okay, next one. Never have I ever been afraid to approach someone I found attractive. Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm like, I don't approach them. What does that? I didn't never approach them because I was too nervous. But
Never have I been afraid.
Never have I
Okay, I've been afraid. I've
ever
been
been
afraid. I've been
afraid
afraid.
to
Okay,
approach
so
someone I found
If you have
attractive.
been afraid.
I have been afraid.
Yes.
I mean, today we heard an awesome story.
What's
Well,
the next
drive
one?
And the other one is made a friend while traveling. Traveling.
I've made friends while traveling.
I have not.
Yeah.
I know Sister Cat made a lot of friends while traveling.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
Oh,
we see her with
she-
love and love. Yes.
wow.
you can tell
Okay.
these are extroverts.
Yeah.
Yes,
And I'm
whoever
just
your
like,
extrovert is
okay.
there.
Join the study group. Okay. Okay. I'm still 9. Come on. Ask someone new.
You know, there was this one time when so we did have a study group, right?
Mhm.
And then of course this was like one of the first classes we had coming out of COVID, So all of us decided to come together to study, and we held our study group on the fourth floor of our campus, and then yeah, you already know the story.
Yeah.
And so we were still waiting for one more guy to join us, and then he sends me a text message. He's asking me, yeah, "Hey, bro, so where's the fourth floor?" I'm like,
Fourth
"It's
floor.
the fourth floor, so it's
Above
1, 2,
third
3
floor.
above the third. It's the
Beneath fifth
fourth
floor.
floor." But then he sends me a follow up message, and he's like, "Dude, the stairs are blocked. I don't know where to go." Oh, you have to take the elevator.
Yep, it clicked.
All right,
Okay,
next.
what's next?
Ask someone new to sit with me at lunch during school.
I've done that.
Mhm.
I've done that. Oh, and Sister Rose, you've done that too. So is there a story behind that?
Yes, that was in middle school when I was one of the new students. Us new students got to stick together. So I was like,
Yes.
Love that
I
energy.
agree with that. I agree with that so hard.
All right, not me running away during lunch. Okay.
And just eat outside.
Yes, I would disappear. Never have I ever joined a team or group project with people I didn't know. I was forced to. So,
Agree.
I mean, it's like what Sister Rose said. Us new people got to stick together.
okay, fine.
Oh, I'm down to 2. Oh, and so is Sister Cat.
Well, okay.
See?
Let us know in the chat how many fingers you're down to as well.
Never have I ever struck up a conversation with someone in a coffee shop.
Okay, I don't think I've done that.
I'm not that gutsy.
Well, when I'm in a coffee shop, I just go in and then go,
Yeah, like I could just go in and get my coffee and
and then leave.
go. Yeah, that's the whole point of a
I would-
coffee shop.
I would just sit down.
Well, of course, Sister Cat
Yes.
only has one finger left. She's not afraid. She's not afraid to meet new people.
Okay. Never have I ever joined a group fitness class to meet people.
Okay, I have joined a fitness class before, but it wasn't to meet new people.
he just
It was-
happened to meet new people.
Yeah, I just happened to meet new
I'm
people
gonna put my finger down because that happened to me too.
because I was there just for the fitness.
Same,
And meeting people meeting new people there was just icing on the cake.
I guess.
Yes.
I mean, the first time I joined gym, some girl just came up to me and like, "Oh, I feel like the music you're listening to is good," because I was dancing my heart out. So I'm like,
Hey,
"Oh,
is it okay if I worked in with you? How many
Okay.
sets you got left?
100." No, just joking.
All right, so I think that just about does it for our game, right?
I got
Oh,
7.
yeah, thank you for joining. If you did,
Sister
let us
Cat.
know.
If
Sister
you're
Cat
with
ended with
me.
0.
Yeah,
Sister
so
got
Sister Cat was
Sister
zero.
Rose with
Well,
3.
actually, I
Alright,
wanted
left.
I wanted to say something because one of the questions you asked earlier was you like what was it the question you have you ever gone someplace you by yourself that you never
Me.
been to before or something like that and Sister
Exploring.
Rose answered it.
Oh.
I think it's really good to put yourself out there even if you don't know anybody and there's an event happening that you're interested in attending. Even if you feel uncomfortable that you don't know anybody, you're going to go there for the first time. I promise you, you won't regret it. Only because every time we put ourselves in different or uncomfortable situation, especially meeting people we've never met before and not knowing anyone there prior, you will at least have a new experience and you'll get exposure to different people and possibly make new friends and contacts. So don't be afraid to embrace the feeling of discomfort because that is the best way to win friends and meet new people and acquaintances and contacts and networks, especially if you're trying to expand your business or your circle of friends, like putting yourself out there. Never be afraid of that. So I applaud those of you who are have done that and attempted going someplace without knowing anyone prior.
I need practice every time I want to talk to
You just need a
people.
little push.
I need practice. I'm like, okay,
Well,
what am I gonna say?
if you need
Hi.
if you need practice, Sister Nathan, let's listen to our advice from our very own viewers and listeners. We have Brother Matt Carl Talent, who says, when meeting new people, if possible, it's good to do that we do some research about the people we're meeting with and use that information as your takeoff. It will make your conversation comfortable. And we have resident minister Brother David Dominic, who says the best way to meet new people is by being yourself. And then
That would be very awkward,
yeah.
but
no,
okay.
be yourself because that's when you're most comfortable. It'll make everything much easier. I'm sure that's what he meant. And he also says, in a world full of strangers, be a familiar face.
Hmm.
Okay. And then we also have, let's see, there was another advice comment here that I saw. That I'm just trying to find. We have a lot of viewers and listeners who are tuning in with us tonight. We have Nora Carretatu, who is actually tuning in with us, who says, "Good evening to all the ministers and wives, District of Texas." And we also have, a brother Armand David, who says, "A belated happy birthday to Sister Lita Conway from Killeen. Happy birthday, Sister Lita.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Okay, all right, let's see. Oh, and we also have Brother Jeff Munar, the resident minister of Austin, Texas, who says, "We hope to see everyone tomorrow at the Booklet Formal, the event for all of the married couples in the Iglesia de Cristo."
We're not book club, but we'll be there, Paul, for the food.
Okay, all right. So thank you so much for our viewers and listeners who have tuned in with us in our live YouTube chat. And once again, of course, if you haven't yet answered our question of the night. Okay, again, our question of the night is, what is our question of the night? What are some of your tips on meeting new people? So please answer our question in our live YouTube chat. We'll be sure to read them at some point during our show. So at this next part of our show. So I'll ask everyone here. This question will be very open. So if you want to answer, go ahead and just answer us. So when it comes to meeting new people, does anyone here look for certain social cues that gives you courage to approach someone and start a conversation?
Yes.
Like literally anything, whether it be a quality or gesture. So what would it be for everyone?
Okay, in psychology, wow. Well, I learned this. Okay, it depends on how their footing is. If it's open and if it's open and facing you,
thought about that.
They're open to the conversation. Or one of the easiest one is that if they're looking at you and you guys give that agreeing look that you are on the same page or whatever is going on, I feel like those are one of the social cues that I always look out for, especially when ordering a coffee. Oh, and we just look at each other like, and then we start talking about the coffee. But again, I'm not good with that, so I'll just smile and
I'm
have
glad
a great
you
day.
mentioned eye contact.
Oh,
Sister
wow.
Lisa.
Wait.
There's actually a story behind this, because I think I told this story like 2 years ago. So what happened was that of course this was like 4 years ago. So during the pandemic, so I was in line to get my vaccine, right? And then I make eye contact with this volunteer or healthcare worker. I don't know, but I know he was working there because he was wearing a highlighter vest.
Yeah.
And then I had my face mask on too and my sunglasses. And so I just see him make this head gesture. And at first I was just like, what? And keep in mind, with face masks and sunglasses, you can't see what people are doing, right? Yeah. So we'll just go closer to each other, making the same gestures, like
Getting closer and closer.
Yeah, and I pull my mask lower, and I'm like, I'm sorry, so do you need something? Well, I was just saying hi. Oh, hey, what's up?
That cannot be me. But yes, I feel like social cues are one great way to start conversations, because some people like me, they're just very awkward. So without social cues and you start talking to me, I'd be like, oh, okay, bye.
Well, let's hear from Sister Rose. Do you look for any social cues?
Yes, definitely. Sometimes when we're like, let's say, in a big group and there's a new person in the group, it's not something I try to focus on, but it's just something I easily pick up on when they're trying to say something, if that makes sense, but they can't find a way to insert. So I'll insert a question referring to them so they can be included once again. So it's just one of those where like you try to see if someone wants to be included as well. You can usually tell if like they're following the conversation or if they're like, looking back and forth. Of course, if they're, kind of shut off and like looking away, they're probably not that interested. So it's just one of those things that I pick up on a little easier. I think a lot of us are like that too, though. So
we love that.
And how about you, Sister Kat? Since you're a very outgoing person, so you know some of the best things to do around the area. So do you know any good places where you can meet new people, meet new friends? Because of course, not everyone is in school forever. So of course, they have to at some point leave those environments, and after that they work. Next thing you know, they're jumping from place to place, one to another because they have to. But are there any places you can just voluntarily meet people?
Yes, Brother Justin. Actually, there's three. I thought of three different places where you can voluntarily meet people, like after you've already finished school and you don't have those social structures. Number one is Facebook events. For example, like I'm trying to market my business as a videographer and as a mobile notary. So often I will attend any free networking events where there's going to be like a ribbon cutting or grand opening of a new business, and they're inviting, people
Oh,
to the public to come out. So oftentimes I'll go without knowing anyone prior. And then and what I do is that the social cues that I sometimes look for is someone like Sister May Fanway said, the body language. And also it teaches you how to read a room when you walk into a like a social occasion like that, and then you look at the different people with their different body language. Somebody who's standing looking very open, and then they have eye contact, like Brother Justin said. Despite you have the mask and the sunglasses, found a way to make eye
I
contact.
guess it doesn't technically count as eye contact because I couldn't see him.
There's a nod
But
contact.
you could feel it. But you could feel it. You could feel the presence of their eyes. And also like just even and when you smile at anyone who happens to be looking your way, just if they smile back, that's a great opportunity to me. The smile means like it's an invitation, like like it's like a hello. So then, like for example, if there's food, like Sister May said when she was at her coffee shop or experience, like if they're serving free food, and that's kind of like why I like to go to those networking events, because sometimes they have free food. um that would be a great opportunity, like, oh, like, did you taste that appetizer? That was so delicious. Oh, that hors d'oeuvre you have in your hand looks so amazing. Where did you get that? Or do you know where they're serving soda? Like, or just just different
My
topics like that.
my favorite question would be, where's the dessert table?
Mhm.
And that's how I
Good
started
one,
a
That's
exactly.
conversation.
dessert.
Your
I want to
dessert looks
To get
amazing.
her little
Can you tell me where
spoon.
you got that? Suddenly, because you're already at a business networking event, you can exchange business cards or contact numbers, or because you had such a great time chatting with them, you can take a selfie together. And here's what I do: like, I take a selfie. Like, can we take a selfie together? So I have a souvenir of this event. And oh, by the way, how can I send this to you? Is it better to text it to you, or could we add each other on Facebook, and I'll send it to you on Messenger or Instagram or whatever. So instantly you
I just
got a
find a pickup
contact,
line from
and
Radhika.
and you got a selfie together, because people love taking selfies most of the time. So that's one non-invasive way to get a contact, meet new people, network. So Facebook events, also volunteer organizations. If people are asking for volunteers for like whatever, nonprofits there are, or like even like 5K, 2K runs or walks, those are great places to meet new people and network yourself.
Well, wow, we've heard so many great tips, so many great stories when it comes to meeting new people from all of our wonderful participants and hosts today. So thank you so much, Sister Kat and Sister Rose. And of course, to our very own crew members, thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast about meeting new people. So thank you very much. And unfortunately, yes, we are at that part of our show. But before we wrap up our program, we can never forget to thank our district CFO overseer, Brother Matt Carl Talons, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Jody Sampson, our District Supervising Minister, Brother Noel Creditativo, our Executive Producer, Brother Emmanuel Andaya, our CFO Coordinator and CEBSI CEO, Brother Angel Arano V. Manalo, and of course, we can never forget to thank our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Thank you so much for all your support in these programs, Bo. And before we wrap up, let's listen to some of our personal greetings and shout outs. Sister Rose, do you have any personal greetings and shout outs you want to make?
Yes, shout out to my parents. They're actually driving back here to San Antonio from Houston, but
Well, everybody's at
Everybody's in
Houston.
Houston.
Hey.
Okay, and how about you, Sister Kat? Do you have any greetings and shout outs for us?
Yes, shout out to my family here in Corpus Christi, Texas, as well as my local congregation members and my family in San Antonio. My parents are there, and tomorrow they'll be driving to Houston from San Antonio. So shout out to those two locales.
Hey, hey, hey.
H-Town.
All right, shout out to Corpus Christi, the coastal city over there, over the beaches.
Yep, by the
Mhm.
Gulf of Mexico.
Yes.
I
you know
do
your
not
geography.
know geography.
Sister Savannah, do you have any greetings and shout outs for us?
Yes, I would love to shout out to my family as well, especially my parents, my siblings, and all my family who are tuning in, especially if they're in the Philippines too, if you are here. And also, the local congregation of Sugarland.
She got the Sugarland part and also
The land of
sending.
sugar.
The land of sugar.
Are we
Everything
though?
here is
Sweet.
Are we though? Oh, and I'm gonna go ahead and shout out to our local resident minister, Brother Ricky Bravo, and to your family, Paul.
And thank you again to all of our viewers and listeners who have tuned in with us here at INCRadio Texas Satellite Studio. Be sure to tune in again with us next week, every Friday for INCRadio Texas. Again, every Friday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Don't ask me.
Central Standard Time or 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to our INCRadio YouTube channel. That's
Don't forget
INC
to.
Radio DZEM 954, and also click the notification bell button so you can
Ding, ding.
also get all the notifications. I don't have the bell with me.
Ding ding.
The notification bell button so you can receive all of the updates coming from all the programs here on INC Radio. And of course,
Coming up next is INC
INC
Radio Chat Line.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
You might see us there.
As we perform, that we may not commit any mistakes.